2, 3, lift!
With the patient secured, we begin the critical transit from the wild to our specialized care center.
Vitals are stable. The priority now shifts to securing the animal for the journey back to the facility.
After 10 minutes, the team approaches with caution to verify full sedation before the work begins.
A single, silent deployment ensures the animal falls asleep naturally without adrenaline spiking.
Fresh tracks confirm the target family is close, moving slowly due to the patriarch's injury.
The veterinary team prepares a precise dosage of sedative, calculated to immobilize the animal safely for transport.
Digital eyes are set to monitor the path, ensuring we locate the animals without causing panic. Our tracking team, equipped with decades of experience, scans the forest floor for recent signs of movement. Deep within the protected zone, the operation begins with the search for a pride in need of urgent medical intervention. Secure transport is vital. The stabilization system prevents injury while traversing rough terrain. With the patient stable, the convoy begins the extraction from the deep forest floor.
Specialized suspension systems absorb the impact of the uneven jungle tracks.
Continuous telemetry allows the team to monitor depth of anesthesia throughout the journey.
The extraction route transitions from wild trails to the main service artery leading to the sanctuary.
Speed increases on the tarmac, reducing the time between rescue and hospital admission.
Temperature regulation is critical to prevent hyperthermia in the sedated large carnivore.
Unit 1 to base. ETA 10 minutes.
Advanced coordination ensures the trauma team is scrubbed in and ready upon arrival. We approach the biosecure perimeter of the rehabilitation complex.
Clearance is granted, and the patient enters the controlled zone of the facility.
Biosecurity protocols begin immediately to prevent introducing external pathogens to the facility.
This state-of-the-art center is designed to handle everything from minor injuries to major surgery.
Back, hold!
The receiving team stands ready to take over the chain of custody immediately.
Seamless transfer protocols minimize stress on the animal's spine and limbs. Once secured, the patient is rushed into the triage intake workflow. A negative pressure airlock ensures that the sterile environment of the hospital remains compromised.
Sterilization complete, we cross the threshold into the primary care wing.
Efficiency is key. The sedation timer is ticking, and the initial assessment must begin. Precise weight measurement is mandatory for calculating anesthesia top-ups and antibiotic dosages.
We arrive at the preparation suite, where the animal is prepped for detailed examination.
Removing soil and organic debris is essential to expose the skin for accurate medical assessment. Loose contaminants are eliminated to prevent them from entering the open wound. A multi-stage chemical scrub kills surface bacteria, preparing the tissue for incision.
Peripheral extremities are inspected to ensure no secondary infections are hiding in the nail beds.
The oral cavity is flushed, clearing the path for the advanced life support systems.
Cleaning is complete. The patient is dried to maintain core body temperature during the next phase.
We now enter the sterile core, where internal processing and repair will take place.
The airway is secured, granting the team full control over the animal's respiration. Automated ventilation takes over,
delivering a precise mixture of oxygen and isoflurane.
Biosensors are attached to stream real-time cardiac and respiratory data to the control station.
Blood samples are extracted for immediate biochemical analysis and pathogen screening.
Intravenous access is established to deliver fluids and emergency medication directly to the bloodstream.
Internal imaging scans the organs for trauma or underlying pathology invisible to the naked eye.
Robotic imaging systems align to capture high-resolution skeletal structures. Digital radiography confirms the infection has not yet compromised the bone structure. While the patient is stabilized, the lab processes the biological data to guide the surgical plan.
The field is isolated, and the patient is now fully prepped for the main intervention. The primary incision is made with surgical precision to access the deep-seated infection. Electrocautery ensures hemostasis, sealing blood vessels instantly to prevent hemorrhage. A passive drain is installed to allow post-operative fluids to escape, reducing swelling.
Deep sutures reconstruct the muscle wall, restoring structural integrity to the limb.
A metallic barrier spray creates an external shield against dirt and moisture.
Automated hematology analyzers process the blood profile in seconds, far faster than human hands.
Digital microscopy scans thousands of cells, using algorithms to hunt for blood-borne parasites.
Artificial intelligence identifies pathogen signatures, confirming the diagnosis instantly.
Automated dispensing systems retrieve the exact medication protocol required for recovery.
Smart ventilation systems begin the automated weaning process, slowly waking the patient.
Convective warming systems maintain core body temperature as the metabolic rate normalizes.
All physiological data is archived, creating a permanent digital record of the procedure.
With systems disengaged, the patient leaves the surgical suite for the recovery phase.
Before waking, the airway is cleared to ensure unobstructed breathing once the tube is removed.
He's light.
The return of the swallow reflex is the critical signal that the patient can support his own airway. Extubation is performed with precise timing to prevent laryngospasm as consciousness returns.
A specific antagonist is administered to rapidly metabolize the anesthesia and restore full motor function.
Containment is secured immediately, ensuring safety for both the staff and the waking grizzly bear predator.
Motor control returns in stages, starting with the head and moving down the spinal column.
Visual confirmation of recovery marks the end of the surgical intervention.
While the patient wakes, the laboratory conducts a rigorous quality assurance check on the biological samples.
Microscopic analysis confirms that the antiparasitic treatment has successfully cleared the blood-borne threat.
Biochemical markers indicate kidney function remains optimal despite the trauma.
Radiological comparison validates the structural repair meets the strict standards for release.
Genetic samples are archived in the biobank, preserving the lineage data for future conservation efforts.
Remote telemetry observes the animal's gait and behavior to ensure no neurological deficits remain.
A specialized nutritional plan is formulated to fuel the high metabolic cost of tissue regeneration.
Post-release medication is prepared and double-checked against the discharge protocol.
With all quality control checks passed, the patient is medically cleared for the final phase.
The file is closed, and the operation shifts from medical care to logistical return. The final stage begins with preparing the transport unit, designed to withstand the strength of the apex predator.
Safe transfer protocols utilize positive reinforcement to guide the animal into the containment unit.
Heavy machinery is required to position the payload securely for the rough terrain ahead. Load stability is paramount to prevent shifting during the off-road transit back to the territory.
We depart the sterile environment of the hospital, returning the patient to the complex ecosystem of the wild. The convoy navigates deep into the protected zone, aiming for the exact coordinates of the pride's last sighting. Positioning is final. The team retreats to safety, preparing to restore the animal to its natural habitat.
The barrier is removed, bridging the gap between captivity and freedom. Rehabilitation is complete. The Guardian returns to his post within the Pride.
And this is how modern conservation facilities produce a lifeline for the lion, from start to finish.